Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, everyone.
Salam, sir.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Okay, do you hear me? Everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
okay, thank you. So without further ado, we just proceed what we have left in the previous class. Okay, so actually we have finished the chapter 2. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 2 is about the data presentations. So I think that we have covered the whole chapter 2, and I hope all students understand what I'm trying to explain in the previous class. And now actually we are back to the 1.2 that we left. Okay, actually okay, so kita tinggal 1.2. Okay, so for class, if I'm not mistaken, the class 3A 3A actually 3A ke 3B yang kita dah discuss about the sampling, a bit about the sampling.
Sampling.
Sampling kan, kita dah masuk sampling. Okay, all students are already in here in the meeting.
Sir, kalau saya share dengan kawan saya boleh?
Share gana tu?
Share Google Meet ni.
Boleh, tak ada masalah.
Okay.
No problem. Okay, so this class actually we are combining the two groups, right? Okay, and I hope that all of the students are already here in the meeting. Okay, and okay, semua dengan a new schedule for the 181. Okay, semua tak ada masalah Besok pukul 12.2.
Okay, sir. Tak ada masalah.
No problem.
Boleh, sir.
Okay, so actually we can for the next we are already in the third week kan? Third week lagi kita. Third week ke second week? Third week ni kan? So for the next 11 weeks, okay, we are going to use this schedule. So this is maybe the permanent schedule. Okay, so all students are going to be combined in the one class. Okay, and I think that there is no problems. Okay, because we are not in the class. Okay, in the physical class. Okay, yang terpaksa bersesak-sesak. Okay, so the problems that we have to what I call yang kita tak boleh nak elakkan is about the line okay, the problem of line coverage of the line so itu saja masalah actually. Okay, so in the for the combining of the class itu, I think no problems lah for you. Okay, it's not will not affect the line actually. Okay, not affecting your line. Okay. Okay, so without further ado, we proceed with chapter 1.2. Okay, kita nak kena balik semula. Okay, go back to the 1.2, which is we'll discuss the sampling and data collection method. Okay, so sampling and data collection methods. Okay. Okay. Alahai. Okay. Okay, so sampling and data collection methods. So sampling ini it is about method in conducting research. Okay, so method of conducting research, one of the method in conducting research. Okay, so it is there is a close relation with the statistic that you are learn now. Okay, so that's why we are learned in this subject. Okay, so without sampling and data collection, without the right sampling and data collection methods, your data, okay, will be facing the problems of accuracy. Okay, when you especially in when you are if accuracy in the form of the data itself, no? Okay, so when you are facing the problem in the accuracy of the data, okay, the problem of accuracy of the data, okay, so directly it will be affect, okay, the analysis that you are going to conduct, okay, in which your analysis also has what we call the will also affect, okay, the rights a good analysis, okay, as I mentioned just now, Okay, a good analysis depends on the accuracy of data, and accuracy of data okay, depends on the sampling and data collection method. What kind of sampling method and data collection method that you are using, okay, that you are using in your research, okay. So that's why we are discuss in this subject, okay. And then lastly, it will be affect your statistics, okay, data presentations, okay, and also your conclusions, okay, and lastly the decision making, okay. So if you are doing the if you get the data that is that has accuracy problems, okay. So what is the sampling? Okay, sampling is the process of selecting a sample from a populations. Okay, so as I mentioned in the previous class, it is a quiet, refreshing that we have what we have learned in the previous class. Okay, actually, class A, if I'm not mistaken, class A or B is have learned this in the class. I have explained in the class. Okay, but since another class is not I'm not explain here this topic, so that's why we have to go back to the first discussion on the sampling. Okay, so what is the sampling? Is the process of selecting a sample from a population. So it is a process of selecting a sample from populations. Okay, so for example, we have the populations, some big populations. Okay, maybe around 1,000 people, 1,000 respondents. Okay, and maybe we just taking a part of the populations, and the process of selecting a part of populations is called as sampling. Sampling. Okay, so what is the advantages of the sampling? Okay, one is save cost, okay, and then save the time, okay, save times, and then energy, and also can give better analysis. Okay, so actually, the goodness of your analysis is depends on the sampling method that you are use. Okay, appropriate sampling methods you are using. Okay. Actually, there are several numbers of sampling method that we can use. Okay, but the choice of the sampling method that you are going to choose, okay, depends on the data type of population that you are going to use in the research. Okay, so kita ada beberapa sampling methods. Okay, so depends on you. Depends on depends on the data that you are going to collect. Okay, depends on the representative. Okay, representations of the sampling yang kita nak select. Okay, the degree of representations. Sejauh mana tahap representative, maknanya ke apa? Representative ni maksudnya it is represent, mewakili you punya populations ataupun tak. Okay, sebab kita nak collect data ni, kita nak buat analisis ini tujuannya untuk analyze the populations. Jadi analyzing the populations, okay, depends on the sample yang kita ambil. Okay, so sejauh mana sampel itu boleh mewakili ataupun tak, it depends the type of sampling yang kita gunakan lah. So ada level-level dia. Okay, just some level of the representative level, okay, of the sampling methods. Okay, so sampling techniques. The sampling processes of selecting sample from a population, the sample selected must be random and represent the population. So tujuan kita nak sampel itu sebenarnya untuk to make it maksudnya kita nak analyze sebahagian tapi memberi impact kepada seluruh yang kita ambil tu. Okay, daripada golongan yang kita ambil. Okay. Okay, sampling maksudnya kita ambil daripada banyak sikit-sikit sebenarnya. Keluar dah tadi. Kejap Aduh. Kejap Aduh. Okay, sorry ada masalah sikit. Okay, sampling techniques. Okay, so the sampling process of selecting sample from populations. Maksudnya kita pilih daripada banyak, kita ambil sikit. Okay, tujuannya is to make it save cost, okay, time, energy, and can give better analysis. Okay. So the sample selected must be random and represent the populations. So sample yang kita gunakan, okay, that we are the sampling technique that we are going to use, okay, it must be represent. It will be select the sample that represent the populations. Okay. Jangan tersalah pilih sampling teknik lah ataupun tersalah pilih sampel. Okay. Jadi there's problems. There is a fatal problems when we are selecting a wrong sample, okay, and then we analysis that sample, and when we are selecting the wrong sample, of course it will be bring us to a wrong decisions. Wrong decision. Sebab kita macam mana? Sebab kita analisis data yang salah, okay, yang tidak sama dengan populations. And then our decisions will be yang kita buat yang salah itu, kita analisis data yang salah. For example, kita nak analisis, we want to analyze, the populations from maybe responden kita, contohnya askar, kita nak contohnya responden kita tu semuanya kita nak kaji berkaitan dengan masalah-masalah askar, contohnya army kan. And then when we are selecting the sample, kita pilih sampel itu, kita tersalah pilih sampel. Contohnya kita terpilih polis contohnya. Jadi kita analyze, our objective is analyzing, okay, finding the problems of the army contohnya. Okay, but tiba-tiba kita tersalah sampel. Sampel kita terpilih orang polis, macam responden yang bekerja sebagai polis. Okay, for example. So all the decision yang kita buat itu, yang kita analisis from the data yang kita collect from the police, okay, kita analyze and then kita buat decisions towards the army people. So itu salah lah. Okay, itu contohnya. Okay, not representing, sampel yang kita ambil itu adalah not representing the population yang kita nak kaji. Okay, jadi it is problems lah, okay, ataupun a big fatal in conducting research when we are wrongly sample the populations. Choose the sampling technique depends on the homogeneity or heterogeneity of the populations. Depends on the sampling technique yang kita pilih itu depends on the homogeneity or heterogeneity of the populations. Homogeneity maksudnya meanings that maksudnya persamaan dalam population itu. Okay? Sejauh mana persamaan dalam population itu, ataupun sejauh mana ketidaksamaan dalam population itu. Maksudnya dalam population kita tu semuanya sama ke tak? Okay. Mereka itu ciri-ciri, the characteristic of the population is are they the same characteristic, they have a same characteristic or not. Okay, so kalau they have same characteristic, therefore they are categorized as homogeneous. Okay, homogeneous populations. Okay, kalau dalam population itu there are variety characteristic in the populations. Okay, population itu berbagai-bagai. For example, you have the contohnya a region, okay, kampung contohnya, okay, the kampung they have heterogeneous characteristic. Kampung contohnya, satu kampung tu kampung tu ada yang askar bekerja askar, ada yang nurse, ada yang polis, ada yang pensyarah, okay, and so on. So that we call as heterogeneous, okay, pelbagai dalam population itu ada pelbagai, so it is called as heterogeneous populations. Okay, jadi kalau population, homogeneous population ni, for example, maybe for one programs itu all the students are taking business study contohnya, okay, around 1,000 itu the students, okay, population student itu all the students are business studies, taking the course business study, okay, sama saja semuanya. Okay, so 1,000 population itu means that they are homogeneous. Okay, diorang sama saja. Okay, so itu dinamakan heterogeneous. Okay, heterogeneous. It is homogeneous. Okay, okay, and also the availability of the sampling frame. So availability of sampling frame. Sampling frame is a list of the populations. Okay, it is available or not. Okay, in our populations, it is possible to get the sampling frame, ada list. Okay, all the students, for example, they have in the list. Okay, they are written their name, their ID. Okay, we have the informations in the form of list. Okay, so itu namanya sampling frame. Okay, so this is also the determinant of the what kind of sampling technique to be used. Okay, okay, sampling frame ada tak? Kalau tak ada, kita guna yang ni. Kita guna sampling technique this one. If not, if we have this sampling frame, therefore we are using this kind of sampling frame, this kind of sampling technique. Okay, teknik yang macam ni. Okay, so itu maksud dia lah. Okay, penentu, determinant of the sampling technique itu depends on the heterogeneity, okay, homogeneity, okay, and then the sampling frame, okay, and then also the budget, okay, and the importance of the research. Okay, kepentingan research itu. Okay, is it critical or not? Okay, research tu. Okay, so in the form of decision making. Okay, is it critical decision making or not? Okay, kalau maksudnya it is involved of maybe the security, okay, the health, okay, about health, okay, so it is important. Okay, therefore we are using this kind of sampling technique. Kalau tak memberi masalah apa-apa, okay, if it is in this research, okay, the decision making is for maybe for just to determine just maybe to explore something, okay, nak tahu semata-mata, okay, and not involved of decision making, okay, membuat keputusan, just maybe untuk explore saja. Kita nak tahu saja, research yang kita buat itu untuk nak tahu suatu kejadian semata-mata. Okay, jadi in the form of maksudnya criticality tu, critical ya, okay, dia tak critical sangat, so maka there some teknik yang kita boleh gunakan. Okay, so kalau critical, decision kita itu critical, okay, maksudnya menyebabkan masalah yang besar. Kalau kita tersilap buat keputusan, maka there some other sampling technique can be used. Okay, so masing-masing ni lah, okay, ada penentu dia. Okay, okay, so ini yang penentu dia lah, antara penentu sampling technique. Okay, pilihan kita, the choices of sampling technique depends on the homogeneity or homogeneity of the populations, and then sampling frame. Okay, sampling frame is the list, okay, and also the budget. Okay, the budget, research budget. Okay, kalau banyak duit, maka kita boleh gunakan sampling technique yang difficult to conduct, or okay, or need to be spend money, okay, for that kind of sampling technique, okay, or the importance of the research itu. Penting ke tak? Terlalu kritikal ke tak? So itu pun penentu kepada sampling techniques. Okay. Okay, the next is sampling frame. As I mentioned just now, sampling frame is a list. It's a list of the populations. Okay. So kalau ada 1000 population dalam tu, we have 1000 of the respondent, list of 1000 list, okay, of the respondent ataupun populations. So kalau satu kampung itu kita nak buat kajian, okay, the kampung, okay, the list of the people in that kampung, okay, must be available. Okay, the availability of sampling frame, the list itu dinamakan sebagai sampling frame. Okay, The list is sampling frame. Okay. So you faham list of the respondent, list of the populations, itu yang dinamakan sebagai sampling frame. Okay. So a list of update information of all elements in the population. Elements ini every individual, every persons, okay, every apa-apa sajalah, okay, yang melibatkan subjek kajian kita. Okay. So itu dinamakan sebagai sampling frame. Okay. The sampling frame must be homogeneous, complete and updated. Okay. So homogeneous. Okay, tak semestinya lah homogeneous. There are some okay, penentu kepada homogeneous. Okay. Sometimes sampling frame pun boleh heterogeneous, tak ada masalah. Okay, kalau homogeneous, heterogeneous. Okay. Sebenarnya homogeneous ini depends on the type of technique yang kita gunakan. Technique of sampling, sampling technique that you are going to use. Okay. Okay. So kalau homogeneous, so ada sampling teknik tertentu. Kalau heterogeneous, ada sampling teknik yang tertentu. Okay. So this is the given example, list of name of all students, telephone directory. So the telephone directory pun dianggap sebagai list. Okay. Apa saja list rumah ke, okay, yang melibatkan kajian kita iaitu orang-orang yang kita nak kaji itu mesti ada list. Okay, itu namanya sebagai, itu yang dikatakan sebagai sampling frame. Okay, so this is the type of sampling technique to be used in any research. Okay, so depends on tadi lah. Okay, nak memilih yang mana satu. Okay, actually depends on the tadi lah. Okay, in term of homogeneous of populations. Okay. Okay. Homogeneous of populations and so on. Kejap Alamak.
Sir, tak dengar, sir.
Boleh tulis ni kan?
Okay. Okay, so we have two type of sampling, which is probability sampling techniques, and we can group into two all the sampling. Okay, we have 9 sampling technique, which is we can group into two, which is probability sampling techniques and non-probability sampling techniques. Okay, so probability sampling techniques we have 5. Okay, we have 5 techniques here. And also for non-probability sampling techniques, we have 4. Okay, so what is the difference between the probability sampling techniques and non-probability sampling techniques? Probability sampling techniques actually, when we are selecting the populations to be selected, to be a sample, to be sample in our research, okay, they are selected based on chances. Okay, where they have equal chances to be selected. Okay, so what is the meaning of equal chances here? Okay, they have equal chances, meaning that they have the same chances to be selected. Okay, so I hope that you get the you can figure out what is the same chances. Okay, where they have the same chances, meaning that you are selecting that you can apply the probability to the whole sampling, to the whole populations. For example, if you have 1,000, you know the probability of selecting the each of individual in the populations. Okay, you can calculate the probability. Okay, okay, they have the same chances. Okay, how to make it in order to give the populations, the whole populations have an equal chances. For example, you can do lucky draw, for example. Okay, lucky draw. Okay, lucky draw. Actually, when you are conducting a lucky draw, it is similar to they have same, they are going to be selected with the same chances, right? Okay. Kalau lucky draw, you faham dia punya the actual situation of the lucky draw. Okay, so actual lucky draw itu actually is a kind of probability sampling techniques. Okay, faham itu probability sampling techniques. Ada soalan? Boleh tanya. Okay, boleh faham tak probability sampling techniques ni? Do you get the ideas behind the probability sampling technique? Ada soalan tak?
Ada, sir.
Okay. So lucky draw contohnya, cabutan bertuah itu dianggap sebagai macam lucky draw, macam probability sampling techniques. Okay. Sebab orang-orang yang masukkan dalam, okay, orang-orang yang you dah masukkan nama-nama yang ada dalam kotak lucky draw itu, okay, semuanya dipilih atas dasar they have the same chances to be selected. Okay. Tidak ada pun perasaan aku tak terpilih lah macam ni kan, kalau lucky draw kan. Semuanya ada perasaan untuk terpilih. Kan? Okay. Berbeza dengan non-probability sampling techniques. It is already determine the sample. Okay. The characteristic of sample itu you dah determine kan. Contohnya in this class I will be choose only female students. So automatically male student dah tak ada dalam list. Maksudnya dia tak ada chances dah. They don't have the chances to be selected. Nah, itu program probability sampling. That is an example lah. Okay. Itu hanya sekadar example. Okay. So actually there are the way of non-probability sampling ini can be implemented. Okay. Okay. So itu non-probability sampling techniques and probability sampling techniques. Okay. So kita akan discuss one by one. Okay. The sampling techniques. Okay. For each of probability and non-probability sampling. Okay, so non-probability sampling, as I mentioned just now, okay, not all element of the population has the same chance of being selected as a sample. The sampling frame is not needed. Okay, more convenient and less costly. Less costly. Okay, maksudnya tak ada. Okay, has the same chances. Not all element of the population has the same chances. You nak kaji dalam kelas, kajian you nak conduct, kajian you melibatkan student in the class, okay? But you decide to choose only female students, so automatically male student in the class will be not selected. So itu maksudnya not all elements of the population have the same chance, the same chances of being selected as sample, okay? So in this non-probability sampling, the sampling frame is not needed. Okay, not needed. Kita tak perlukan sampling frame. Okay, okay. Sebab nama tak ada pun tak apa. Okay, so you sebut female students, semua female student akan pilih, laki students, male students will be not selected. Okay, so we don't need that. Maksudnya sampling frame, the list, tak perlu menggunakan list. Okay, so semua female. Okay, selection is to based on the characteristic only. Okay, based on characteristic. For probability sampling, dan dia kalau non-probability sampling ni more convenient and less cost. Tak perlu nak kena pening-pening cari list, nak dapatkan nombor, nak dapatkan dia punya nama. Okay, tak perlu. Okay, just you bagi karakteristik saja. Okay, pemilihannya itu based on karakteristik saja. Okay, tak perlu ada sampling frame. So it is convenient. Okay, convenience. Okay. Probability sampling techniques, each element of population has the same chance of being selected as sample. Macam tadi lah. Okay, using the lucky draw. Okay, lucky draw kan we have the list. Lucky draw, walaupun dalam lucky draw itu nombor, tapi dalam nombor itu sudah ada assigning name. You have the assigning name. Okay, each number have their own assigning name. Okay, assigning owner. Okay, assign owner. Okay, each number in the lucky draw in the box, lucky draw box. Okay, have assigned owner. Okay, sudah ada nama yang sudah diassignkan. Okay, okay, daripada mana nama itu? It is from the list, from the sampling frame. Okay, okay, the sampling frame is need to be obtained. So kena ada sampling frame lah. Kalau just nombor aja, ambil angkat nombor 1, 2, 3, ada nombor ke tak? Tak ada. Okay, sampai ke bila pun tak ada orang menyahut kan kalau tak ada sampling frame. Okay, okay. Use it when a researcher plans to make an inference about the populations. So it can be used for make inferences. Maksudnya kita nak buat conclusion on the populations, we can use probability sampling. Okay. Okay, berbeza dengan probability sampling, kita tak boleh nak generalize. Okay, we cannot generalize to the populations. Okay, tujuan kita nak ambil sampling itu, kita kalau boleh kita nak generalize to the populations. Generalize maksudnya kita apa-apa yang penemuan, okay, kita punya findings in when we analyze the data from the sample, we can use to make decision to the populations. Okay, Okay, so itu kita boleh buat dalam probability sampling teknik saja. Okay, kalau dalam probability ini tak boleh. Dia saja. Kalau sampel saja kita analyze, maka sampel tu saja sesuai kita nak bagi apa? Kita boleh buat decisions on the sample saja. Okay, population tak boleh sebab it is not representing the populations. Macam tadi lah, you are taking only female students, but male students you are not taking the data. Okay, so whatever decision that you want to make is only applicable for the female students. It cannot be applied to the male students. Kenapa? Sebab kita punya data itu just melibatkan female student saja. Okay, tidak melibatkan keseluruhan populations. Okay, so it is non-probability sampling. Itu perbezaan kedua-duanya. Okay, so any problems? Okay, any questions? Kalau tak ada, kita teruskan kepada non-probability sampling techniques. So kita ada judgmental sampling, ada quota sampling, ada convenience sampling, ada snowball sampling. Okay, okay. So what is judgmental sampling? Okay, sampling yang kita buat itu sampel yang kita maksudnya teknik ni elements are not selected randomly but by using the judgment of researcher. So it is based on the judgment of the researcher. Okay, kita researcher, kita judge orang ni it is appropriate. Okay, this person is appropriate to be our respondent, for example. Okay, this person is, kalau kita tengok this person is, tengok pada perangai dia apa ke. Okay, so you can judge that this person is sesuai to be selected as sample. Okay, and so on and so on. So depends on the researcher itu sendiri. Judgment. Okay, so biasanya judgmental of the research dibuat oleh expert lah. Okay, expert, researcher yang dah memang expert. Okay, so the selection depends on the certain characteristic. So kalau dia rasa ni sesuai dengan kajian saya, okay, ciri-ciri this characteristic of the respondents is appropriate to be selected in my research, okay, as sample, okay, for my research. Okay, so therefore you select lah, okay, based on you punya observations to the respondent tadi. Okay, okay, observationnya based on characteristic. Okay, apa-apalah depends on the research that you are conduct. Okay, kalau mungkin you just nak tengok apa nama ni, tahap kejujuran seorang, kajian pada berkaitan dengan honesty among the students contohnya. Okay, so you tengok student ni, you perhatikan dia honest or not. So kalau tak honest, so maybe you can select as your respondents, okay, and so on. Depends lah on characteristic yang you dah determine, okay, that you have list down lah, okay, based on the research yang kita buat. Okay, that represent the population based on research experience. So maksudnya experience kita lah. Okay, characteristic of the respondent itu sesuai dengan research kita, berdasarkan kepada experience kita, pengalaman yang kita dah buat sebelumnya. Okay, kajian macam ni, sesuai dengan orang macam ni. Okay, kajian pasal macam ni, kajian pasal orang tua, sesuailah kita collect data daripada orang-orang tua. Okay, berumur daripada 60 sehingga 70. Okay, so that's example. Okay, okay, so I'm conducting a research that about investigating the situation of the students, okay, in your UiTM Kota Baru. Okay, so in your UiTM Kota Baru, so you are going, if you are using the judgmental sampling, okay, maybe the characteristic yang you nak tengok adalah dia belajar kat mana, Okay. Kota Baru atau Machang sebelah. Okay. Ataupun mungkin based on semester keberapa. Okay. So kalau semester ke-6 ni, okay, kita boleh dapat dah satisfaction dia sebab dia dah lama di item Kota Baru. Kalau awal-awal ni kita tak boleh ambil. So kita ambil yang part 6 saja. Okay. Jadi itu antara penentuan based on experience of the researcher itu sendiri. Okay. So example, TV reporter will meet some individual to ask their opinions about certain political changes. The reporter will choose depends on his or her experiences. Maybe dia akan pilih orang-orang yang orang-orang yang dekat bandar, okay? Sebab orang-orang kat bandar ni biasanya they are exposed to the politics, okay? Orang kat kampung mungkin just they are exposed to the kedai kopi punya perbincangan kan, okay? So it is not appropriate to select the people in the kampung. The people in the city or the urbans, they are sesuai, okay, to be selected because they are always talking about politics in the a good way lah. Okay. Okay. For example lah. Okay. And then quota sampling. Itu judgemental lah. So berdasarkan pada judge of the researcher tu nak memilih sampel tu, okay, from the populations, okay, bergantung pada penilaian researcher. Okay. Judgemental of the researcher. Okay. Okay. The next is quota sampling. Quota sampling ini you are already predetermine the characteristic of the respondent that you are going to select. Okay, you dah tetapkan dah. Okay, ciri-ciri siapa yang nak pilih. Macam saya bagi contoh awal-awal tadi. Saya pilih perempuan, lelaki 100%, perempuan 0% nak pilih. Contohnya lah. Okay. Okay, so that is called as quota sampling. Contoh yang saya bagi awal-awal tadi adalah quota sampling. Okay, so you are predetermine the sample based on the characteristics. Okay, researcher are usually looking for a specific type of respondent. Gender, age, gender, race, the most frequently used as quota controls. Okay. Quota indicating the number of respondents to be interviewed, but it is not concerned about the randomness of selections. So it is maksudnya the ratio dia dah tentukan dah, percentage, okay, dia dah tentukan dah. Saya nak perempuan 70%, lelaki 30%. Itu quota sampling. Okay, that is example of the quota sampling. For example, to study the opinion of the KTM services, the respondent 60% of male, 40% male. Okay, so you are predetermine the percentage ataupun compositions of the respondents itulah. Okay, based on the characteristic of the respondent itself. Okay, for example, the gender itulah based on gender. Okay, and then the next is convenience sampling. Convenience sampling is the most the most simple sampling techniques because it is based on convenience of the researcher sendiri. Convenience. Maksudnya convenience ini macam benda yang menyenangkan kita lah. Okay, it is convenience. Okay. Okay, so respondents are selected because they are happen to be in the right place at the right times. So kita tengok kawan kita ni macam sesuai je. So kita bagi questionnaire. Kau jawablah soalan. Okay. For example. Okay. Mak kita ni macam sesuai lah. Okay. So kita interview mak kita sendiri. Okay. Jadi itu convenience. Okay. Okay, boyfriend sendiri ke, boyfriend. Okay. Mak wo, pak wo boleh. Okay. Tak masalah. Asalkan sesuai, ikut penilaian kita sesuai ke tak. Gitu saja. Okay. Tak ada masalah. Convenience sampling. Okay. So the researcher simply stops anyone in the street and asking anyone to participate in the interviewing, anyone that willing to help. Okay. For example, you stop on the street, okay, on the mall, okay. So just tengok dia handsome, cantik kan, comel, cute kan contohnya. Okay, so biasanya convenience sampling dia akan biasness itu tinggi lah. Okay, biasness tinggi. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab ikut suka kita lah. Okay, it is okay. Convenience sampling is depends on us. Okay, okay. Okay, so as given here example, to select 50 customer who enter shopping complex to study about the perception of good price. Okay, select 50 customer aja. Okay, so customer siapa? Kalau customer contohnya customer apa dia? Customer kedai buku contohnya. So you just select as you want. Okay? From the as you want the respondent to be selected, okay? Depends, okay? Siapa yang you nak interview, siapa yang nak apa namanya, nak bagi questionnaire, okay? Depends on you. Asalkan dia pergi kedai buku tersebut, okay? Okay, itu convenience sampling. Even maybe orang yang dekat dengan kita, it can be chosen as selected as sample lah. Okay. And then another one is the last one, snowball sampling. Okay, often used when trying to interview hard to reach groups. Okay, hard to reach. Okay, reach interview. Okay, maksudnya orang yang kita pilih ni biasanya susah nak cari lah. Okay, hanya boleh tahu melalui cakap-cakap orang. Okay, hearsay, based on hearsay, apa yang orang cakap. Okay, apa? Okay, jadi based on okay, contohnya you interview someone, okay, okay, berkaitan dengan something yang susah kita nak cari responden dia lah. But responden yang kita interview will be suggest someone that maybe the same characteristic of the respondent yang kita currently interview. Okay, dia akan pass to the another person yang sama dengan karakteristik dia, for example. Okay, contohnya you just you kaji, you investigate something that berkaitan dengan dengue fever contohnya. Okay, so you approach people yang already get the dengue fever. Okay, ada pengalaman dapat dengue fever. Okay, so you interview. Okay, bila you dah tahu yang tu, someone bila masa you interview tu dia cakap the respondent itu saying that another person also have jiran dia contohnya. Okay, someone soalnya seminar ni pernah kena juga ni, sebelah jiran saya ni dia pernah juga dengue sebelum ni. Jadi that will be the next respondent ataupun the next sample. Okay, so maksudnya pas kepada orang lain. Okay, okay, so kalau dapat responden yang kuat membawang ni, banyaklah dia punya info yang kita boleh dapat dan we can get more sample from that mak bawang lah. Okay, from mak bawang tu okay. Tapi mak bawang ni tak boleh banyak mengumpat. Okay. Okay, researcher will identify one respondent and makes an interview. After being interviewed, these respondents are asked to identify other who belong to the target population of interest. Okay, as I explained to you just now, macam itulah. Okay, orang pass kepada orang lain. The respondent pass to another respondent, and another respondent also will be passed to another. Okay, so that is called as snowball sampling. Okay. This procedure is applied until the researcher obtain the required number of respondents. So it happen until you get the numbers of sampel yang you nak. Okay, kalau you contohnya dah sampai 50, so stop situ sajalah. Okay, kalau you nak sampel itu 50 saja. Okay. So that is what we call snowball sampling. Okay. So example also here given. Okay. To study the behavior of drug addict, to interview the unemployed people in minority ethnic residents. So drug addict people ni susah kita nak identify kan. Okay. Okay. Sometimes maybe orang tu sihat kan, besar je. Okay. Kita tak boleh adjust orang yang kurus kerenteng kerempeng itu dianggap sebagai drug addict, tak boleh. So based on kena ada maklumat juga. So dapat to get the kind of information should be from someone to another one. Okay. Another one to another one and so on. Okay. Okay, so that is snowball sampling. Advantages and disadvantages. Okay. So this is advantages, advantage and disadvantage of the non-probability sampling itu. All these are non-probability sampling. Macam saya terangkan tadi, tak ada probability pun yang dianggap. There is no chances considerations on the how we are select the sample here. Okay, saya tak sebut pun pasal apa chances. Okay, chances itu akan datang based on karakteristik saja. Okay, based on maklumat semata-mata, based on percentage semata-mata. Okay. Tak ada probability lah, tak ada chances. Okay. Consideration kita untuk pilih responden itu, chances itu tak ada. Okay. Okay, untuk keempat-empat ni. So advantages of judgmental apa dia? Reduce cost and time. Okay. And then all are bias lah. Okay. 4 ni sebenarnya bias semua ni. Semuanya bias. Okay. Snowball sampling mungkin dia sikit lah. Okay. Agak biasness dia itu kurang. Okay. Disadvantage dia. Okay. Bias maksudnya not representing the actual sample lah. Okay. Always not representing. Okay. Okay. Advantage untuk judgmental, reduce cost and time. Untuk kotak sampling, sample can be controlled for certain characteristics. Okay. Hanya maksudnya karakteristik sajalah kita boleh control ni. Advantage dia. Okay. Macam kita tentukan perempuan lelaki, kita tentukanlah dia punya percentage. Okay. And then convenient sampling, advantage easily applied. Simple, tak perlu nak kena pening-pening. Okay, nak apa nama ni, nak tentukan apa-apa ke. Okay. So it is easily applied. Okay. And then snowball sampling, advantage dia adalah can estimate rare characteristics. Okay. Rare characteristics boleh can trace lah. You can trace by using the snowball sampling, you can trace the rare characteristics. Macam tadi lah. Okay, drug addicts. Okay, benda-benda yang orang selalu rahsiakan. Okay. Ataupun susah kita nak tahu. Contohnya dengue fever, orang tu pernah dapat dengue fever ataupun tak, so susah kita nak trace. Melainkan mungkin kita perlu pergi pergi hospital tanya, dan itu sebenarnya susah kita nak ambil ya. Okay. Banyak pula ethics kena tengok insyaAllah. Okay. Minta kebenaran itu ini macam-macam lah. Okay. Rare characteristic itu kita boleh trace. We can trace. Okay. Okay, benda-benda yang rahsia lah. Biasanya macam tadi lah, mak bawang yang tahu benda ni. Snowball sampling ni. Okay. Okay. Kalau dalam satu kampung itu ada mak bawang, mudahlah kita nak dapatkan snowball sampling. Okay. Mudahlah kita nak apply snowball sampling. Okay. Tapi nak praktikkan mak bawang itu janganlah. Okay. Nak pergunakan dia tak apa, tak ada masalah. Jangan terjebak lah. Okay. Okay, so that's small non-probability sampling. Okay. Banyak lagi ni. 1.2 ni banyak juga. Okay, kita discuss sikit lagi berkaitan dengan probability sampling, techniques. Ada pun ni. Ada yang nak masuk ke? Oh. Okay, sambil tu boleh kita nak kena isi tu lah. Okay. Attendance. Sambil tu isi attendance. Okay. Nantilah terus ni. Okay, next, simple random sampling. Okay, probability sampling, simple random sampling, drawn randomly from a sampling frame, similar to lottery system, okay, lucky draw, okay, simple random sampling macam tu lah, okay. Simple random sampling ni you boleh buat lucky draw, okay, lucky draw, okay. Simple random sampling, simple namanya, tapi dengan syarat, with conditions that you have the complete sampling frame. Complete sampling frame maksudnya tak boleh tinggal pun dalam you punya population itu, it must be include the whole individual person in the populations. You have the list, okay. You have, it is compulsory to have the list, okay. Mesti ada senarai dia, then barulah kita boleh buat lucky draw and so on, okay. So this is the step, okay. Get list of n element and sort it. You can sort, ikutlah sort ikut apa. Okay, then label each element with unit number. So you can macam betul-betul lucky draw lah. So everyone get the number and the name. Setiap they have the assigning name and their numbers. Okay, okay, number. So everyone get unique number and they will be put in the box. Simple, okay. And then data is random number are generated by a computer to determine with which n element are to be selected as a sample. Okay, so ada random number, okay, yang kita boleh generate from the computer, in which every person will have their own unit number, okay, unique number. Okay, unique number maksudnya satu number lah, orang lain tak ada. Kalau number itu pada kita, maka orang lain tak akan ada number lain lah. Okay, so bila dipanggil nanti, hanya kita saja seorang yang akan menyahut lah. Okay, okay. Example, 20 students from part 1 SC110, which consists of 100 students are to be selected using simple random sampling. Kita ada 20, kita nak pilih from 100 students, okay. Only 20 students yang kita nak pilih, okay, by using simple random sampling. So how to implement the simple random sampling for this kind of situations? So the first step is get a list name of 100 students from part 1 SC11 and sort it. And then the second is label each name with unit number. Bukan unit number, unique number. Saya akan dapat unique number, bukan unit. Betulkan, unit. Bukan unit, unique. Unique maksudnya satu. Okay, kita saja. Kalau kita diberi number, that kind of number, the other person will be don't have, the other will be not have that kind of numbers. Okay. Kalau kita dapat nombor 1, maka orang lain tak akan ada yang 1. Hanya kita seorang saja ada. Itu unique. Okay. Bukan unit, unique. And the third is random number are generated by using computer to determine which 20 names are to be selected as a sample. Okay. Random number generated by using to determine which 20 names are to be selected. So using random number. Okay, ataupun kita boleh kalau 100, kalau 100 ni kita boleh buat dalam box sajalah. We have the numbers. The numbers will be put in the box. Okay. 100 numbers. Okay. 100 numbers will be put in the box. And how to select it? Just put your hand in that box and draw a number. Okay. 20 times. Okay. So you get the sample. Simple. Okay. It is simple just like that. Okay. Okay. Itu namanya simple random sampling. Okay. How about systematic sampling? Ini agak complicated sikit lah nak explain. Okay. Sometimes systematic random sampling ni kita tak ada list pun boleh buat. Okay. You can have. Okay. It is not compulsory to have the sampling frame. Okay. A complete sampling frame. Okay. Okay. Systematic random sampling ni dia macam macam simple juga, cumanya you have to sort from 1 to sampai ascending order lah. Okay. You bagi nombor kepada someone, okay, untuk setiap list itu. Okay. So random starting point R is selected and then every key element of population is selected. Process involved. So systematic ni macam nak conteng macam mana? Di sini. Saya nak conteng. Okay. Okay. So prosesnya inilah, step dia step by step. Okay, get a list of n element and sort it. Find k, kena cari k. Okay, you have to calculate k, in which k is get from the calculate the n divided by less n divided by small n. Okay, capital N. Okay, capital N. And then choose R between 1 to k, 1 minus k. Okay, choose R. Okay, between 1 minus between 1 to k. Okay, then sample selection R. Kita punya sample itu from R plus 2k, for R to k, R plus 2 3k until get the n element as a sample. Okay. Okay. For example, okay, R itu macam mana dapat R? R is starting point. R is starting point. Starting point. Okay. And then K is interval. Interval lah ni sama dengan interval. So K is interval. Okay. So macam mana kita nak tentukan K interval ni? Okay, kita ada list 1, contohnya 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on sampai n. Okay, sampai n. Okay. 1, 3 sampai N. Jadi K kita kena calculate. Macam mana kita nak dapatkan K? K itu mesti dapatkan bilangan population kita. Okay, berapa population kita paling besar. Maksudnya tadi macam contohnya tadi contohnya 100. Kita ada 100, kita pilih, kita nak ambil 20 saja. Okay. So N besar ni adalah 100. This is 100 and divide by number of sample that we are going to select. So 20. So it becomes how many? 5. Kan? So K kita 5. Maksudnya jarak di antara the interval between the sample itu adalah 5. Okay? Jadi tu jarak di antara sampel. Macam contohnya kalau kita pilih yang ni, contohnya pilih untuk this is first starting sampel kita terpilih yang ni nombor 2. Okay? Jadi R ini macam mana kita tentukan nak start mula-mula nak start ni R adalah kita pilih randomly 5 ini. Daripada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kita pilih by random. Maksudnya kita pilih buat lucky draw untuk kelima ni. Okay? Jadi kita buat cabutan, terpilih nombor 2 contohnya. We get the 2. Contohnya kita terpilih 2. Okay? Jadi kita start from 2. R itu just for starting lah, starting point R. Okay? So, okay? Okay? So this is R. Okay? From lucky draw, from random selections. Okay? Selections. Contohnya, okay? Lucky draw. Okay? Okay? So itu pemilihan kita tu ni. Itu untuk start. For starting, so kita start. And then jarak dia ni adalah the next sample pula adalah 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6, 7. The next sample adalah 7. Okay? The next. Ini first sample. Second sample. And then yang contohnya 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jadi kena kira pula lah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 12. Ke-12 ini adalah the third sample. And so on. You buat sampai dapat 20. Sampai jadi you punya ni sampai 20. Sample you itu yang you pilih itu, okay, you will get the at the end of the you punya calculation ini, you will get the 20 sample. Okay? Okay, lastly you akan dapat sampel ni based on the ni. Okay, ini namakan sebagai, this is what we call systematic random sampling. Okay, boleh? Okay. For example yang given lah. Okay. Number 2, 7, 12 until get the 20 names as a sample. Okay. So ini dia bagi contoh. Okay.
Sir, antara 1 hingga 5 tadi tu kita boleh pilih je ke ikut nombor berapa?
Tadilah macam tadi kan. Kalau K ni kan. K kan kita kena kira juga jarak dia ni 1 hingga 5 kan. Macam mana kita pilih ni 1 hingga 5. Dapat ni dia, macam mana kita dapat 5 ni adalah ini formula dia K. Okay, nak start you pilih daripada 5 ni. 1 hingga 5 tu you pilih. Nak start dekat mana? Pilih macam mana? Random selection. Tahu random selection kan? Okay, maksudnya by random lah. Okay, secara rawak. You ambil, tak perlu pandang nombor tu. Macam lucky draw lah. You buat lucky draw untuk ni. Okay. The 5 numbers itu you pilih. So kebetulan nombor 2. contohnya. So you punya starting point itu 2 lah. Okay. Boleh. Dan kemudian jarak di antara ni maksudnya gitu. Boleh?
Kiranya
tak?
nombor 3 pun boleh kita ambil juga dah.
Boleh. Tapi dengan lucky draw lah. 1 hingga 5 tu you buat lucky draw. Okay? Lucky draw dia anggap sebagai random lah. Okay? Setiap benda ni dia maksudnya pemilihan kita ni based on chances. Semuanya ada tak bias lah. Nak memilih yang mana satu ni tak bias sebab kita based on lucky draw. Okay? Orang tak malas sangat kalau ada lucky draw kan. Okay? Okay? Nak pilih mana-mana number tu kita tak bias lah, tak bias. Okay? Jadi start dengan 2. Okay, kalau kita terpilih 3, start dengan 3 lah. Kalau terpilih 4, start dengan 4 lah. Dan kemudian jarak itu kena pilih juga, nak pilih the next itu adalah based on 5K tu. K itu 5, K equals to 5. Kira 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Boleh? Get the ideas? Okay? Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay?
Faham.
Ya? Jadi kalau faham kita next. Pergi next random sampling or probability sampling. Okay, stratified sampling. Divide the population into several mutually exclusive strata group and then select the samples randomly from each of these strata. Okay, element within each stratum should be homogeneous and between stratum should be heterogeneous. Okay. Okay, so maksudnya macam ni. Let's say you have populations. Okay, population yang besar. Okay, for example besar kan. Population besar macam beribu lah. Okay, but in the 1,000 population itu ada maksudnya the population it can group into different groups. Okay, different groups yang berbeza-beza. Okay, jadi kalau macam tu kita boleh groupkan kepada berbeza-beza groups. Okay, dan setiap group itu dia karakteristik berbeza. Okay, they are varied. Maksudnya contohnya BM119, okay, CS11, AC110. Ini maksudnya ini dalam macam campus kan. Dalam campus kita ada we have these 3 courses kan. And there are difference, okay. The characteristic of the 3 groups ini they are obviously different, okay. Sebab apa? Sebab course itu berbeza. Yang ni lebih kepada business. This is more on calculations, maths and so on. And this is more on accounts, okay. Okay, so actually these populations, this group in the population, they are varied. Mereka mempunyai ciri-ciri yang berbeza. Ini namakan sebagai heterogeneous. Okay, heterogeneous means there are difference. Okay, between groups different. Okay, but within the groups they are homogeneous. They are the same. They have same characteristics. Dalam student study semuanya budak-budak yang suka mengira. Okay, budak-budak dalam students in the BM119 ini mostly they are interested, they are eager in doing business contohnya. Okay, for accounting they like to calculate numbers, money numbers something. Okay, so berbeza-beza karakteristik. Okay, but within the groups itu they are similar, they have equal characteristic, the same characteristic. Dalam group sama tapi di antara groups itu berbeza. So ini sesuai kita buat stratified sampling. In order to pilih pula. To select the sample from each of the groups itu, so we are conducted based on probability sampling. Tadilah kita menggunakan sama ada menggunakan systematic or by using simple random sampling. Okay. Okay. To select the individuals person ataupun the sample in each of the group itu, so we implement either using the simple random sampling or systematic sampling. Okay. So itu yang dinamakan sebagai stratified sampling. Okay. Okay. Boleh faham? Okay. Pemilihan dalam grup itu based on simple random sampling ataupun menggunakan systematic random sampling. Okay. Boleh?
Boleh, sir.
So ini contoh. Actually, okay. So there are 10 students from BM119, 12 students from CS11, and 8 students from AC110. Okay, explain how to select 15 students randomly. Macam mana kita nak pilih from the 10 students? There are 10 students from students. Okay, from from the 30 students, 30 student ni campur semuanya 30 kan. Kita nak pilih 15 saja. Tapi based on student punya ni lah bilangan setiap grup itu. Ini cara dia lah calculate. Okay. BM119, 10, ini size lah for each of the formula. Kita nak dapatkan apa nama ni, size N kecil itulah. Okay. N kecil yang kita nak pilih tu is based on calculated from this formula. Okay. So we have 10 divided by 30 times 15. Okay. Kita 30 kan, semua total up 30 kan. Okay. So untuk BM119 dia hanya ada 10 orang saja. Okay. Daripada 30 orang itu, ini population kita lah, 30 orang ni population lah. Okay. Tapi daripada 30 tu kita nak ambil separuh saja, 15 orang. Okay. So how to get the N untuk setiap setiap group itu. Okay, bilangan yang kita nak pilih lah, okay, daripada setiap groups, for each of the groups. Okay. Kita yang ni lah, ambil 5, 6, 4. Okay. Okay. 10 bagi 30, 10 ni bilangan student BM119. Okay. 12 ini from CS11. Okay. Divide by 30. Ni total up lah. Okay. Darab dengan 15. Bila 15 ni adalah bilangan yang kita nak. Okay, daripada keseluruhan lah. Okay. Daripada 30 tu kita nak 15 saja. Okay. So dalam tu, so kita akan dapat ratio ataupun numbers of respondent for each of the groups. Okay. So ni 5, 6, 4. And then nak pilih daripada 5, 6, 4 ni kita menggunakan lucky draw lah. Buat lucky draw. Okay. So kita ada 15 contohnya. We have the 15. Okay. Okay. So we have 15. Tadi 15. Kita ada kita nak pilih 15, 5 from 15. Kita nak choose 15, 5 from yang based on from 12 kita nak choose 6 yalah. Okay. Sorry, ni 10. From 10 students, okay. BM11 kita nak choose 5. From 12 kita nak ambil 6. From 8 we only choose 4. Okay. So how to choose this? Kita menggunakan simple random sampling. Maksudnya dalam stratified ada simple random sampling. Okay. Okay. So kita pilih menggunakan simple random sampling. Okay. So daripada 10 tu, ni kotak. Okay. BM119. So ada 10. Dalam ni ada 10 numbers. Okay. 10 numbers. Okay. Okay. To be choose. Ada 10 lah. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then for CS, CS 11 ya. So ada 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sampai 12 lah. Okay. Okay. And then AC 110 ada 8. So kita ada 8 nombor dalam tu to be selected. Okay. And so on. Okay. So buat by random. Buat lucky draw ni, lucky draw. Okay. So dapatkan untuk CS dapatkan 6. Okay. For BM 5. Okay. You kena draw 5. Ini 4. So itu simple random sampling. Okay. Boleh? Okay. Rasanya sampai situ je kot. Ya. Cluster sampling kita sambung next class lah. Okay. Sempat nak explain semua Okay. So any questions from the student? Ada soalan tak? Any questions, students?
Tak ada, sir.
Okay.
Ada sir.
Jadi kalau tak ada, kita itu sajalah untuk hari ini. Okay, attendance saya akan masukkan dalam Google, dalam WhatsApp group lah. Okay. So you can just fill in from that from the link lah. Okay. So kalau tak ada, itu saja. See you next class tomorrow. Ingat pukul 12.02 Okay. Boleh ya?
Okay, saya.
Okay, so that's all.
Okay, boleh saya.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Okay.